Okay, hello everyone. Starting up again. I'm opening the file just in case I want to catch that it fails on on camera. Nah, it looks like it loaded quite quickly. That's good. While we're just waiting for that to load, I'll talk about what we're gonna do in the rest of this video. So we need to make the materials for the house. We have a vertex powered surface for variation. So we also need a welder line for the walls, and not welder line for everything else. Other things are unwrapped. So let's get to it. That's two materials. The ivy will use an instance of the leaf atlas because it's the same UVs, and then the sign will use a material instance of the non-welder aligned material. Hopefully, I think most of the parameters are still there, and we can blast through this one pretty quickly. So we will just open the PCG presentation. I am under the house. Let's come out from under there. Which house am I under? Yeah, I thought so. Let us. We're gonna delete that one now. That's from the previous render. We don't need that. And we can remove my tree and the spotlight, and we can go to our camera and just check. Yes. Okay. Everything's working. Oh. Okay. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. Okay. Okay. Yes. 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 So let's start by making the welder line, and then we'll make the other one from the welder line. So the welder line only needs 3 inputs because there are all the ambient occlusion is baked into the base color, and there are no welder line materials that require metallic. The plaster does have exposed structure from where the plasters come off, but it's bamboo, so we don't need any metal for the welder line. So we have this set up here, and I'll go from the start working forward, and we can fix all of these references. So yay, we can just click and fix all of these. So again, vertex color driven through our enumeration values that are globally affected by the blueprint. And we've got our parameters. They've set at 0 at the moment. That just means it will be default to whatever the whole scene is, and we can increase it. Can't decrease it. I should probably add something so we can decrease it. But also, it's important to note that our moss for this material is red. So first we need to bring in histogram scans because it looks like it has deleted those, or it's cut the reference. I deleted them. So we can drag that in. We can quite easily add our position and our contrast, and this one, because it's the moss position, we're taking red. Same thing, but for damage is blue here. I think there might be green as well. Green just as, or I've left that one free for like any hand painting that people want to do. Yeah. Okay. So now we have these outputs. So we have our damage and we have our moss. So we need the moss to plug in to this texture, and we need the damage to plug in to this texture, because remember, lerp will show B where the alpha input is white, and it will show A where the alpha input is black. So for the damage, anywhere that has blue will now show this albedo, and then anywhere that is not blue, it doesn't matter about the other colors, just not blue, will come through as this one, which is going to be just our, what's this one called? Plaster wall. We do need to go through and change all the naming conventions. Plaster wall, clean, and this is moss. This is universally going to be moss. It will always be moss. It doesn't matter what the material instance is and what we change. If we want it to be brick, this is always moss. If we want it to be wood, it is moss. We've got a tiling float here, which plugs into all of the waterline textures. So happy that that didn't break. And then all we need now is to get the right order. So we've got moss, roughness. We've got clean, plaster. Clean's probably a better thing to write. Yeah. Clean, AORM, and let's just check. So we've got split component afterwards. We don't need split component here. Split component takes our red, green, blue value and lets us take out one, which is green in this case because we just need the roughness. This does have ambient occlusion in case we wanted to elevate it. We don't need to. So I'll leave that for now. Now we need to make sure that red is plugged in to the second lerp and blue is plugged into the first lerp. Same thing, we've got moss normals, we've got our clean plaster normals, and then we've got our blue in number 1. And if you hold shift and click, you can actually just drag a new I don't know what you would call it, output. Okay, let's move on. So these values are float values that are supposed to be plugged into my PSR. So let us bring that back. Where is it? There you go. Let's just quickly check. I think I did check in here already. Yeah, cool. I can't believe I made my own custom rotator. I thought that that was like a unique thing to the Quixel trees, but it turns out it was just, I think it's just an Unreal thing. Same with the wind, maybe. That's gonna be so stupid if I made that for no reason. Well, it was a learning opportunity. So now we need to choose a dirt. I'm not sure if I actually have a dirt to use, so we just need any kind of colored mask. I think I used the wind noise. We're gonna keep that in the from my ones. So yeah, there you go. This is just surface variation that we can change the UVs for separately from everything else, which just means it ends up giving us a little bit more variation. I'm not sure if this needs anything else, so I'll just leave that for now. And then we've got another PSR. The reason I've turned this into a material function is because Punisher told me to. He is a YouTuber that does Unreal. Actually, I made the PCG from one of his tutorials as well. He does have really good stuff. Now the surface imperfections has actually been turned off because I don't have a mask for it as well. But this is again just more variation. I don't think I really needed it. Probably why I've turned it off. Now we have our parameters here for controlling albedo, brightness, contrast, and saturation. We've got an albedo tint. That albedo tint right now is coming out to this primitive data. We're not going to use this. We could, but it isn't necessary because we only have one house in the scene right now. So I'll just delete it, and I can remake it for the next time I need that. We've also got a switch parameter in case we wanted to make our just base material instead of using these textures. Then we've got a section for a world gradient. So this world gradient works up. Oh, this is actually a good point. So all of these world gradients are in the same world gradient. I don't know what you call it, folder. When we make a material instance, and they're all jumbled up, which I don't like. So I'm gonna change it so that they have an order. So the order priority is here. So if I put this parameter at 0 and the other parameter, the switch parameter at 0, they'll both appear at the top. I want down to be 1, and let's neaten that up with a little capitalization. So now it's going to go this one, then this one, and then we want to control. Let's just control all of these parameters in one go. So I'll have the tint be 2, the contrast and height are the next important ones. So we're going to put 3 and 4. And then saturation is the least important, so I'm actually going to put that down at 32. I'm going to leave that at 32. That just means it will be at the bottom of the list. Then again, so same order. We did, what have we done? It was 4. That one's 2. Yeah, so now we need 5. Contrast is 6. This is 7, and then that's going to be 32. This will be 31. Or keep it safe, I'll put like 10 or something. That means it will be second to last. I think that's the order. I think that's how it works. And then I've made it so that the these gradient values don't affect the moss directly, just because it's more for affecting the whatever material you're using underneath. And if we just apply this, that should be this material. Drum roll, please. Yippee! Let's save all and see if that breaks. It looks fine. Okay, we can turn this off. And now, oh, that isn't very well organized. Let us make some comments. Let's make some comments. So dirt blend. Let's give that some space. Let's organize these. Yeah, these are really bad. You should not let it get this messy. It's just because we are going quickly. Bring these up and put that up there. This up there. Because they're all working off of these, we're gonna take these to the back over here. Probably a clean way of doing this. I know in Designer you can like alt click on the line and get like a nice point to work off, and you can have wireless nodes, so you don't have spaghetti noodles running all over the place. That might not be a thing that you can do here. I don't know. And there you go. So now that's a bit better sorted. Should I put it like that? No, we'll leave it like that for now, just so it's quite easy. Let's do a little comment here for damage. A little comment here for moss. A little comment here for albedo. The reason that this is also important that I organize this is because this is going to end up being copied for our non-waterline. Probably would have made more sense to do the non-waterline first, but that's neither here nor there. Let's just carry on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This has split components, so we'll just line those up there. And then we've got these two and those two. See that in a comment. Comments just make it quite easy to see like what's together in a group, and it makes it a little bit easier to move stuff around. So I can stick that. I'm going to stick that down here for now, just while we're organizing the normals. There you go. Normals. So the next one does have metallic as a required input. So what we can do, I wonder if it would be more optimized to have like just one master material where you can toggle on whether it's world aligned or not. I'm not going to do that just in case it corrupts again, because the issue was the master materials corrupted and then it killed all of the instances, which was so upsetting with all the parameters that I made. So what we'll do is we'll just have a metallic 2 L's. Yeah, metallic here. Have I got a metallic? No. So we'll leave it. We'll leave it for now. Apply. Now, this is intended to be working on the walls. All the default values are default. So if I just quickly drop this on a house and leave the camera, we can check whether that's working. Let me use a little rect light so I can get a nice, or a point light. You can get a look at everything. Yeah, there you go. So we got our damage down here. We've got our moss up here. The quicksaw trees are really messing up the FPS right now. If I go to the global foliage, let's just quickly check that the moss position. So you can see some, pretty sure that's moss. Well, that might be a shadow. Let's check. Let's bring up the moss position. Oh, we see moss. We see moss down here. Let's bring the moss position all the way up. So it looks like the moss I've actually generated to be on the other side. Let's see. Yeah, the moss is all on the other side of the building, which would mean I would want to make this. Okay, it's gonna mess up. It's gonna mess up my composition, but that is because the composition was initially different. It makes sense that we have moss like this, because it's in the sun. So let's just place this down. Ooh, 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 ooh. How does that look from our camera? Hopefully that doesn't look silly. Can't even see it because of that point light. The scattering is too indirect. Is it indirect lighting? Yeah. No, it was scattering. That was first time. There you go. Turn that off. Okay. How far forward can we bring this house? And also, there's little smoke and mirrors going on there. His arm is not actually in the building. It's just have I not clicked him? I thought I clicked him. Is it Control or Shift? Shift. Okay, how close do we want to be getting this house before it gets too out of view? I would say no, that's so upsetting. Okay, let's put it back here. Actually, if I put it there, I can maybe make like a dome kind of composition. Ooh, don't click the wrong thing. That's gonna be disastrous. Yeah, let's just bring that like really closer. And this shot will just be a closer shot, I guess. I could make it imply that he's like behind bars or something. Yeah, he's rigged and stuff. So if I really wanted to, I could change his pose, because right now this is just an idle like animation that I've made. That's interesting how his emissives are. He's got like a little, for now, kind of. Okay. Don't want his arm flipping through like that, do we? Maybe scale him up. Scale. Yeah. And no at the same time. How much can I turn him before his arm starts clipping? It kind of works. Because he's like leaning on that post a bit. But also can't. Okay. We can leave him for now. I mean, actually concentrate on the house, because that's the important part. Let's turn the PCG off and just quickly correct the floor. So we just come into landscape. And the controls for this actually really confused me. So let's just quickly I'm just gonna fill it with more, and basically the way I do it is I then smooth it out until like there, and then I can make the brush a lot smaller and go around the edge. Not strength, size. I can do all of this. I can also make it so the PCG like reads the fact that we have a house here, and make it like build up foliage around it. Let's do it from this side as well, in case I want to get like a different shot. Okay, we got 2 hours. Okay. I think having it a little bit, not submerged, but grown around is good. Then let's delete that point light. Yeah, selection. Delete that point light. Let's can I turn the music down? I don't know if that's gonna be still as loud for you guys. I think it is. It doesn't matter. Okay. Let's turn the PCG back on. Oh, what's the warning? Rebuild. Please don't die. PCG? Yeah. Okay. So now we've got that. Now we need to make the second one. So I am gonna make just a new material from scratch. So this one's gonna be MM what? MM. I feel like there's probably like a proper name that this should be. We're just gonna call this one vertex driven. Okay, so completely blank, opaque, default lit, surface. We do not want two-sided. Nanite does not like two-sided. I say that with a lot of confidence, as if I know everything to know about nanite. I do not, but I've done quite a bit of studying. All I've found is that everyone has a different opinion on nanite, but it is still a good thing to learn, because it's probably going to end up being a very prominent thing that other engines are going to try and reproduce. I feel like Assassin's Creed has definitely got some sort of engine that does the same, because I've been looking at their new game, Assassin's Creed Shadows, and they've got like those roofs, I swear, are real topology. Is it convert to constant? No, that's not what I want. Convert to texture sample. And let's remember this. So blue is damaged, so we want the damaged material in B, which I can't do. Why do I have to convert to constant and then convert to texture sample? I feel like that's unnecessary. Oh, but it does get rid of the names, which is not cool. We want to convert it to parameter. So this is albedo. And we're going to plug that in. It's always moss. Texture is not compatible with float. It shouldn't be. Am I being silly? No. Because I've done something. It's a parameter texture object. Silly me. Use let's convert to constant, then convert to texture sample, then convert to parameter. Wow. Albedo, always moss. This is going to be, yeah, we need to convert to parameter again. Convert to parameter. This is going to be this needs to be consistent, so oh, am I not typing? Albedo 2. So let's call it something different. Albedo clean. So this is the not damaged. And I should have a textures. So this will go into vertex textures. There you go. And this one will go into normal textures, and then this is going to go into convert to parameter. Yeah, sorry. Albedo damaged, and this is going to go into number 3. Number 3. I nearly said letter. That would have been good. Okay. There you go. That one's nearly done. See, most of the time that's left is going to be like just fine-tuning all of the instances. So that'll be nice to just do that really quick. I feel like it'll probably be faster. No, it probably won't be. Let me just convert to constant, convert to texture sample. And it broke anyway. Convert to parameter. And then we're going to call this one albedo. Nope, it is just roughness. And that. Oh yeah, right. Because we don't need these parts. We can get rid of those and move these in. There you go. So convert to constant. Convert to texture sample, convert to parameter, name it, roughness, clean. That might make people think that the input needs to be something that is not rough. That is not what it means. Okay, roughness, damaged, roughness, rough. Oh, I did it wrong. Convert to constant. Convert to parameter. There you go. Rough. Sound like a dog. Roughness. Damaged. Oh my god! No way! I did it again. Jeez. Okay. Let's just copy this because looks like there's going to be a guarantee that I do that again by accident. So. Convert to constant, convert to convert to texture sample. Sorry about that, guys. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Apply. Last one. Sorry. Oh yeah, that's a good point. This doesn't have a neutral normal value. That might be an issue. Convert to constant. Convert to texture sample. Convert to parameter. Now this is the normal clean by the looks of it. Let me look at it. Yeah, clean. We need to go through and rename those. This is Moss. Convert to constant. Say it with me now. Convert to texture sample, not a parameter. Now you need the parameter. Now this is the normal. And we're gonna plug that straight in. Now, because we're making these like new, it shouldn't. Like, look here. So I made a new one. But if I change this to the other one, like the damaged one, they're both going to change because they're the same thing basically. So I need to change one to damaged. Now they're separate. So now if I come back to this one and change it to the clean one, you see it doesn't affect the original. So the way that you can actually use that in your favor is I don't know why those orders. Don't like those orders. The way you can use that in your favor is by making, like, let's say one. Let's just check this is right before I carry on talking. I don't see any reasons why that shouldn't be. Okay, so if you were going to set your group on the first one, it would mean you can then just duplicate it, then change the names, then change the textures, and that's logically the most efficient way of making like materials like these. Okay, so apply. Now we can tell here that our normal information isn't coming through. Ah, wow. I wonder what is doing that. I would say it's probably because the normals haven't actually been plugged in, and it looks like the roughness has not been plugged in either. Let's drag that all the way across. Look at all that space for making roughness variation and normal variation that we're just not using right now. Okay, that should be it. That should be everything. We can now apply. Then we've got a nice clean laid out material. We can save that. We can save all, and then we can cross that off. Did I not just do that? Oh, it's the other one. Okay, cool. Check. Mic check. Okay, so something that's quite obvious to me, and probably you as well, is the damage. Like, just way too much. So we want to come down to the damage position and just whoop. See that? That's so cool. Now that is also, you can't see it, but it's also doing stuff to the other parts of the house. So we need to bring that damage position down quite a lot, and we can visualize it if this isn't a nanite. I'll turn it off, and we can have a really quick look. By the way, a stretch goal for the Grease Show is cleaning up the amount of material IDs and making it a bit more efficient, because it can definitely be a lot more efficient. What was I doing? Material, mesh paint, and let's turn on blue. There you go. So when the house is finished generating, it goes through a finalizer, which uses an ambient occlusion node to get the ambient occlusion, which I then use to instead get the curvature. It's like a damage build up. It's very consistent, so that's why you need like maybe a secondary noise to run over it as well. But you'll see in the final outcome, it doesn't matter that it's so consistent. We look at the red channel as well. So this is going to be the moss. I made it so the moss was using the 3 vector from this location, which I can't think of off the top of my head, like maybe like a point 0.5 and a 0.5. It looks like a top right corner thing. So if you come down to the bottom back, oh, maybe it wasn't, because we got underneath values here, so it just also might mean that I pushed the moss to grow outwards, because we have that option. But you can see there's no moss growing from this angle, so all these faces don't have moss, but they do there. Also, this does generate an interior, kind of. It still needs work. But yeah, it's got like flaws and stuff. And our green channel, I don't think our green channel is doing... Oh, yeah, I forgot I did this. This is just random noise. Random noise, just for variation, color variation. You can plug this into like a multiplier before sticking it in the output for the color. We're not actually using it for anything at the moment. You can also use it to drive like the dirt buildup if you wanted to. Okay, let's carry on. I wonder what kind of like golden bit is. They're like a... Okay. Let's turn these Quixel trees off. It's I've ran blind to the Quixel trees. So now we need to drag in and it's annoying that this is the way that it has to be done, and this shouldn't be how it's done, because this ivy was generated using Houdini, and it was generated on the house. And I wonder if I duplicate the house, it might, the Houdini asset might actually copy the pivot point of the input geometry. So I might just be able to swap this with whatever this is called. Yeah, that needs to be, that name needs to be changed. If I open it down here, it means I can click one of the houses, do that, and then well, it was worth a try. Did not work, but we push forward. Now let's see, what is this using as a material? Borderline. We want it to be using foot, actually. We'll have to make a material instance for that. Now, let's see if we can kind of see the shape of what this house is supposed to look like. I'm thinking it's like this. So let's just backtrack real quick, because it might have been at the right orientation. Okay, not sure. Yeah, this is gonna be so awkward to try and hand place, but that is what you got to do when your Unreal crashes and you have to fix everything by hand. This is just making me want to make sure that the generator has an automatic pivot point to copy the pivot point of whatever it's on. So important. Oh, this might be a good way of checking if it's on track, is by fitting this. That's quite exact, and it looks like it needs to go up a bit. That might be it. Now we need to turn off the wind for the ivy, because it does not have a wind mask built in. But that looks alright. That looks good. Not good enough, but we will deal with it for now. Yeah, it looks like the leaves moving is affecting where I'm putting this. Okay, cool. So now we've hidden a little bit more. Now I want to save I think I want to zip it now so that in the case making material instances is what kills my progress, I still have something I can give the lecturers. So we could really quickly go through and rename some things. Oh, we could. Let's drag these meshes on. So I've just made a ton of signs, just to dot around, just to give this, just to show the lecturers how much this sign can do. Probably should just drag that straight on. Let's try that again. Straight on. Boom. Maybe I'll make in the image, like try and find all the numbered signs. Let's stick this one back here and rotate it. I should have made the house like straight, put the signs on, and then turn them all as like a big group. 3. Let's stick that. Let's stick that back here. This is a boring base. A sign on it. I also have something that makes pipes on the building, so we could add that at some point if we wanted to. I'm putting all the origin numbers quite close to each other. That's going to be very easy to figure out. Is there an exact value that I should be rotating these by? Probably. This one says 5. Trust me. Put that one higher up. 6. Now, the more of these I use, the more that I'm gonna have to rename. But I probably should rename them all anyway. I could make one of Jesse's, the lecturer's tools, to make this quicker. Let's 7, long one. I think that makes sense to go on this long face of the roof. All of these have their own moss generation as well, which all is actually going from the same angle. So it might end up looking a little bit silly because you're supposed to generate the sign. Oh, some of them have turned around the backwards. Forgot that the lettering is geometry. I should have been able to see it. I think I'm quite used to lower poly stuff. Just go like that and or pull that out. What was I playing at? Yeah. Talking about Assassin's Creed was quite a big inspiration for some of the stuff I've done here, and some of the stuff I'm gonna do for the degree show, because the degree show's gonna be coming up in like a month, which is very important. I'm gonna be spending some time taking reference from that. Oh, now we're getting on to some of the more interesting generations, and I happen to put 9 right next to 8. Yep. We got 10. This one's a little bit leaning, so I'm gonna put that one on the side, actually, on this side, because I want to make sure the camera catches the fact that they're leaning forward. Because that took me a lot of effort to make this variation. There you go. Nice. Might not be able to read it. Hopefully I'll get some nice close-up shots. We've got 2 hours until I need to be packaging this and sending it off to the lecturers. Honestly, I think as a tech brief, I probably could hand in... Oh, I've got 2 10s. Let's delete one of them. Oh, they're different. They are kind of different. I'll delete one of them. It is because... Yeah, I'll delete that one. It's because 9 and 10 had the same font, which I didn't like. I was like, I've got so much variation, why would I give them the same font? Right next to each other. That doesn't make any sense. This is a cool one. This is logs. Don't know why I said it like that. 20. There you go. We're starting to get like a lot of cool details on this. Let's hide the fact that that roof has generated the optimized meshes instead of the nice new nanite ones. So we'll just hide that with a sign. Maybe I'll just stick a tree up here as well. You will not be able to see it from the camera angle anyway, but for when the lecturers like go around and look at the scene and whatnot, that'll be good to make sure it's not still broken. Let's rotate that. Should probably make the pivot points where their stands are, really. That could be something like a cool addition, so that they work from their stand. What's this one? This is a ooh, big one, long one. Let's turn that around. What number is that? 14. This is those are logs. I don't know if you can tell. They're logs. 16. Stick that in. That one there. 16. Bring it down a bit. Does that make sense? I feel like it might not make sense having just a sign. You're probably not even going to see it, to be fair. Okay. Kind of tool one. Let's put it here. This needs some thin. Actually, it's generated on the other side. Is there a way to flip? Can't really do that, can you? Maybe you can. I'll probably be able to get like a shot. Let's set up a second shot, like here maybe. So let's get some signs from this angle. Not facing directly. That's a standalone sign with the standalone support. You didn't notice standalone sign. This is supposed to be coming off the building, but there's just not that much space for it. Maybe I can get down a bit. Or we have it like kind of fallen, a little bit broken. Oh, I should have generated the ivy onto this one. That would have been cool. And then this is the tallest one. It's the last one, 21. Let's stick this like over here. Important one. Put it at the edge. I could have put a sign on a tree. What's gonna stop me? Okay. There you go. That's all signed up. I could probably rotate this one for when I'm taking the shot from this angle. But let's just save that as it is, and let's just check. I also have these neon ones, which I could just throw in the extra surface variation. These are image design generators, which I haven't done any like process or documentation about, but I did put quite a lot of effort into the node graph, and my partner likes cats, so let's put the cat one in as well. It does have a neon glow, but we're gonna actually no, I won't add them. I'll just leave them in the content browser for the lecturers to find. All right, let's save that, get the trees back, get back at the camera angle, and then that looks like it. Okay. Okay, so now we need to make the material instance, so I'm going to stop the video here and package this as it is, and then make the material instances, and then I'll make a video of messing around with the parameters. Yeah, so okay, I'm going to start this video here, and I will see you in the next one.